guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a drugstore more affordable makeup tutorial, and also I went to Ulta yesterday and I got a whole bunch of makeup, so it's going to be more like a full face of first impressions drugstore makeup tutorial. If you would like to see what look I create and hang out with me while I do my makeup, then just keep watching. Alright, so I've clipped my hair back, and the first product I'm going to use today is by Maybelline, and it's the Master Prime Primer, and it's the Hydrate and Smooth one. Okay, so first impression, it kind of came out like a little thick, but it kind of feels like a moisturizer when you're applying it, so that's pretty good. It doesn't feel too thick on the skin. It doesn't feel like some of those silicone-y primers do. This one just kind of feels moisturizing and just like smoothing, like it feels like it's just filling in my pores, and it feels like the foundation is going to stick to it well. Some of you have been asking for a drugstore makeup tutorial, and I've been so excited to film it. I've just had other ideas that I wanted to get up before this one, but I went to Ulta yesterday and I got a whole bunch of stuff, so this is what I'm doing. Usually after my primer, I like to blend it in further using my beauty sponge, and so this is what I'm doing now. I really like that primer. It's kind of glowy, which I really like, but it feels kind of tacky, like my foundation is going to stick to it, and it feels good. It feels moisturizing, so that's good. Okay, now foundation. I'm using the, what is this? This is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth foundation. And it says it has SPF 18, and this is for normal to dry skin, and I'm dry kind of combination. I get a little oily throughout the day through my T-zone, but I'm mostly dry. And this doesn't come with a pump, which kind of annoys me, but we can get past it. It'll be fine. Oh, by the way, I'm in shade, what is this? I'm in shade 220 Natural Beige. Just going to take it on my hand and just dot it around my face. I think this color will match. I hope. So I think today the look I'm going to go for is, I don't really have a look in mind, so I'm just going to kind of go with it. So the look I'm kind of going for today is more of a natural, everyday makeup tutorial. This is not going to be a no makeup tutorial. It's just going to be an easy look that everyone can create, everyone can do on the daily basis. And if I wasn't sitting here filming, then this would take not long, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. But since I'm filming and explaining everything I'm doing, it'll take me longer. But this will be an easy look. And I just have a couple products that I'm going to play with today, so I don't really have a look in mind. I'm just going to kind of go with it and see where it goes, but it's going to be a natural makeup tutorial. But by the way, thank you all so much for all of your comments and all of the likes on my last video, the rainbow eyeshadow tutorial. That was like so much fun to film, and it was so much fun to create. I love that look, and I hope that you guys did too. This foundation is 100% dewy. The foundation, it says it's dewy and smooth, but I don't know if it's smooth. It definitely applied well and it's easy to blend, but as you can see, I'm breaking out a little right now. As you can see, you can pretty much see all of my breakouts, which we can cover with concealer, but it's just, I don't know what this foundation claims to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be medium coverage, full coverage, or what, but I say it's a medium coverage. It evened out my skin tone, and it might be a little dark, but it's okay, we can blend. But it didn't really cover up the little blemishes that I have going on right now, but that doesn't really bother me. But when I'm looking for a foundation, I want it to cover up my acne, and I feel like I used a lot of foundation too. Like, I feel like I don't really know because it doesn't have a pump, but I poured out a pretty good bit, so it's, I don't know. It's definitely dewy. I'm just going to test out and see if this foundation is buildable, so I'm just going to take a little bit more on the back of my hand and just put it over the acne or the little blemishes that I have right now, and see if I can build it up and make it more of a full coverage. Some foundations, when you do one layer, they look pretty good, but when you start to build it up, it kind of breaks up and it doesn't look as good, and it just doesn't build on itself as well as it does just with one layer. So I just want to see if this foundation is buildable and I can make it the coverage I want. I'm so excited about all the things I got yesterday, and I'm so excited about showing you guys and all the products and testing everything out. I love watching first impression videos, and I love watching drugstore makeup tutorials. I love first impression videos and just trying out new things. I love it so much. I think that this foundation is pretty buildable. It's pretty much to the coverage I want it to be now, which is good. So I like this foundation. It's very dewy. It's very glowy, and it looks really good on my skin. Now I'm going to go in with some concealer. I got the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in C2, and I've heard a lot of good things about this concealer, and if any of you have tried the Shape Tape Concealer by Tarte, this concealer is supposed to be like a dupe for the Shape Tape, but I've heard that it's not as full coverage as the Shape Tape concealer is, but if I can find a dupe for that, that will be amazing. If this is as good as the Shape Tape, that will be great. This concealer kind of smells like citrusy. It doesn't really bother me. I'm not really picky about that, but I'm just going under my eyes to highlight, on my forehead a little. I'm going to do a line down the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and a little on the chin. So I'm just going to blend this in, and let me know in the comments down below if any of you have tried anything that I'm using today, and if you like it and how you feel about it, and we can kind of compare opinions. This concealer so far is pretty easy to blend. I like this. I'm glad I got a pretty light shade because that foundation came out to be a little dark. Not too bad, it's not too orange, it's just a little darker than my skin tone. But with this concealer, you can see that it kind of evened everything out. Let me know what you guys think about this makeup tutorial today, or this first impressions video. Let me know if you would like me to do more. I can go out and buy different things, and let me know if you have any suggestions for video ideas. I would love to hear your feedback. Now I'm going to go in with powder, and I'm going to bake my under eyes and set the rest of my face. This is not new. I got this a while back, but I've only used it a couple times, so it's kind of like a first impression because I don't really know what I think of it yet. But this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder, and this is in the shade Fair. This powder on me is kind of translucent. Like, I got it in the fair shade, but it doesn't lighten up my face. I think that it's translucent, but I'm just dipping my beauty sponge in the powder, and I'm just going to bake my under eyes. One thing about this powder that I've noticed is that it kind of leaves, see how light that is? It kind of leaves a white cast under my eyes, which I guess it is to lighten up my under eyes, but I don't know if I really enjoy that because I have to brush it off over and over and over to make sure that it's all blended in. But I'm just setting the concealer that I put on my lids, and I'm setting my whole eye with this. I'm also going to put a little on the forehead and anywhere that I use the concealer to highlight. This little blemish is not going to be covered up, but I'll just deal with it, I guess. So now I'm going to take a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to lightly dip into the powder and just set the rest of my face. I'm not going to use too much to set my face because the foundation was so dewy and the primer that I kind of want to keep some of that glow just for a more natural look. I'm not really into matte, so, but you can make this matte because it's looking pretty matte now, but we're going to highlight later. Okay, now that my face is set, I'm going to go in with this butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, and I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I've tried it a couple times, but it was so long ago that I don't really remember if I like it or not. But it smells like fruity, like a pina colada. It smells so good. So I'm just going to warm up my face using this, and as you can tell, that Maybelline Fit Me powder did leave a white cast under my eyes, but it's okay. We can fix it. I don't know how I feel about that powder. It's kind of dry, and it leaves such a white cast that I don't really know. Maybe for more glam makeup it would be good, but I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm gonna have to keep testing it out. But this bronzer smells so good. I really like the color too. It's not warm and it's not ashy toned. It just looks sun-kissed. Okay, for blush, I got the L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted blush. I think it was a collection. I'm not really sure. I think they had a peach collection, and this is from that, but I'm not really sure. It's in the shade Just Curious, and it's number 192. It's kind of shimmery. It's just a peachy blush, and peachy blushes are my favorite. So let's see how I like it. I'm just going to take this on a flat blush brush like the one I used in my last video. And I'm just going to press it on my cheeks. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It's not too shimmery. Like the Milani Baked Blush, the Luminoso blush that I've used in a video before, is super shimmery. But this one's kind of like a sheen. This looks pretty. This also smells like peaches, which is good. Now before I do highlight, I'm going to go in with the setting spray that I got yesterday. This is the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Illuminating Fixing Spray. And I've heard good things about this too, so I'm going to see if I like this. Now for highlight, I'm really excited about this palette. This is another Makeup Revolution product, and it just says Revolution. I don't really know what else, but this is the palette. It's just a highlighting palette. It's kind of like the, it kind of looks like the Kylie glow kits and the Anastasia glow kits, but I think that this is in the shade Incandescent, but I'm not sure because it doesn't say anything, but I think I remember it being Incandescent. I think I'm going to go in with these two shades, the golden shade and the more peachy shade, and mix them together, and I'm using a Morphe M510 brush for this. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty. Wow. I just like to take the highlight and concentrate it more on the high points of my cheekbones and blend it down, and also blend it onto my temple, so when I turn my head it's kind of just one smooth glow instead of just stopping here and here. I just like to blend it up and also put it a little on my forehead. And for my forehead, since there's bronzer here, I'm going to take a little of this darker shade and blend it up above my brow. Love this highlighter. This was a good find because this is, I don't know how much this was. I can look it up and I can link it down below, but I think it was like $7 to $10. I'm not sure, but you get four highlights and they are great quality. For brows, I got the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill Brow Pencil, and mine's in the shade Light Brunette. It comes with a spoolie, which is great, and it kind of looks like the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer. I'm just going to spoolie through my brows and start filling in with this. I hope it's the right color. I think it should be. With the sharp point of it, I'm going to make a line under my brow. And draw hair-like strokes going up in the front and angling towards the tail as I go. First impression of the brow pencil, I think it's a good color. It's a little warm, but it's really easy to blend with the spoolie, and it's pretty pigmented. Like when I swatch it on my hand, it doesn't look that pigmented, but when you start applying it to your brow, it looks pretty good. Okay, one brow done. I'm going to finish the other one off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, now that brows are done, I'm going to go in with the eyeshadows that I bought yesterday. I got the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette, and I've seen a lot of people using this on YouTube, and I just think that this is a really pretty palette for summer and just every day, so I figured I would try this out today. So I don't really have a look that I have in mind that I want to do today. I'm just going to go in and just see how it turns out, I guess. But the first shade I'm going to use is Sunny's, this like bone color right here, and I'm just going to put this color on the brow bone and in the crease to kind of highlight the brow bone and just make it a blank canvas for all the other shades we're going to do. Next, I'm going to go in with a transition color. I'm going to use the Morphe M441 for this, and there's only a few matte shades in here. I think there's 1, 2, 3. There's like 4 matte shades. So I think I'm going to go in with Berry Ice first and kind of mix it a little with Sweet Tea maybe and just use it as a transition. Mix these two together and put it through my crease. That's pretty. I'm not going to do lashes or anything today. This is just going to be an everyday look. It's not going to be too natural, like a no makeup look, but it's just going to be something you can wear out anywhere and it won't take you long at all to do it. It's just an easy everyday look. Okay, these shadows are pretty pigmented and they're blending really well. Now that I have that transition shade done, I'm going to go in with a little of Ice Pop and Old Fashioned and just deepen up the outer crease. I want this to be sort of like a summery everyday look, so I'm using the peachy pink tones, but you can just go in with the browns in the palette and the neutrals and it would be just as pretty. This is just personally what I like. I'm just deepening this outer V in this outer corner to give some more definition. I'm just going to take another brush and just blend it all together. I don't know how I feel about those two shades. They come off on the brush, but I don't know if they're super pigmented, but I can build it up. But I'm really enjoying this palette. I think it's really pretty. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to see all of your comments and I would love to see your feedback, and if you have any suggestions then just let me know and I would love to do the video that you suggest. And yeah, I love hearing from you guys and what you think, and I love constructive criticism, and yeah, anyways. I'm just taking a little bit of Ice Pop, that pinky shade, alone, and I'm just going to put it where I put the other shades and blend it in. Before I do the lid color, I'm just going to go in with the same shadows before and blend it on my lower lash line. If you would like to see me do another look with this same palette, I would love to, because I really like this palette so far. And I could do more colorful looks with this palette, so let me know if you'd like to see that. Just take an Ice Pop and Old Fashioned, the pink and the brown, the darker brown shade, and putting it on my lower lash line in the outer corner and connecting it up to the lower V. Now I'm going to take the Sigma Concealer F75 brush. It's just a flat synthetic brush. And I'm going to spray it with a little Fix Plus, and I'm going to put a shimmer on my lid. I think I'm going to take a mixture of Main Squeeze and Strawberry Lemonade and put this all over the lid. There is a little bit of fallout with these shimmer shades, so just be mindful of that. And like I said before, if I wasn't sitting down and explaining everything I'm doing and just rambling on, this would take you no time. This would take you Probably 10 minutes to do. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of fallout with this shade, these shades. I'm going to take the Morphe M441 again and go back in with the shades that I used before and just blend around the shimmer shade. And I feel like I really have to wet my brush to even get the shimmers to stick. It's pretty hard to get them to stick to my brush and stick to my lid. Oh, whoops. I'm just keeping this shimmer shade on my lid and not taking it up to the crease. I'm just doing a light sweep all over the lid. My eyeshadow look might come out a little crazy today, but hey, this is what I signed up for. This is the first impression. I'm going to take a small definer brush. This is a Morphe E36. And I'm going to go in with Main Squeeze alone and put that in my inner corner. I feel like these shimmers aren't, they're just glittery. Like it's very glittery, not shimmery. I don't really know how to explain it, but when you dip into the pan and you tap off the excess, all that there's left is just like glitter flakes. This is the finished eyeshadow look. I think that this palette is alright, I guess. The shimmer shades are a little hard to work with, but overall the colors in this palette are really beautiful. And I think I would use it again, and now I know that there's fallout, now I know how to use them and how to work with them, but I do recommend this palette. It's really pretty. I really want to use this yellow shade, Lemonade Craze, for something in a tutorial, but I don't really know what. And also this shade Citrus. I think they're really pretty. So let me know if you want to see a look using this palette again. And now I'm going to do my mascara. So the mascara I got was the Maybelline Falsies Push Up Drama Mascara in Blackest Black. But first I'm going to curl my lashes. This is just a Tarte eyelash curler I got for Christmas. I'm not using eyeliner today just because for an everyday look I don't really use eyeliner, but if you want to, go right ahead. That's just personal preference. I'm just going to coat my top and bottom lashes using this. I think I've used this before, but it's been a while, so I don't really know what I think about it. It's doing a good job of coating my lashes, and it's very black. It's just kind of clumpy. I don't know if you guys think so. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little clumpy. It's not really lengthening my lashes as much, but I guess it looks alright. Okay, this is how the lashes turned out. I like this mascara okay. It did a good job of coating my lashes and making them pretty black and dark, but it kind of made them sort of clumpy. But I guess for like $4, this is pretty good. I think this is Maybelline, and this is just, yeah, it says Maybelline. I'm an idiot. Anyways, this is the Maybelline lipstick. It doesn't really say much. It's Maybelline lipstick in Baddest Beige. I think these are new, but they're supposed to be shiny. Should roll it up first, I guess. Oh, that's creamy. Whoa, no, okay. Okay, that's a little too light for me. It smells kind of like a cupcake, but not really good. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's just showing every line in my lips. I mean, it's a pretty color. I think it's a little too light for me. I'm going to take this off and use a lip liner first and see if that helps, because that's a little light. Okay, so I found a drugstore lip liner. This is the Maybelline lip liner in 20 Nude. And this is not new. I've used this before, but I'm just going to see if this makes it a little darker and helps the lipstick. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay, to finish off, I'm going to take the same setting spray that I used earlier, the Makeup Revolution Illuminating Setting Spray, and just give my face an Oliver spritz. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to see all of your feedback, and if you have any requests for me, just leave them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here, for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Okay, I am filming.